I'd like to call the Joint Internal Services and Health and Human Services Committee's meeting to order. Please rise, Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like a motion to adopt the agenda.
Who adopts the agenda?
Support.
Thank you. Commissioner Romano and Grote made the motion and seconded it to adopt the agenda. Any discussion? Please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Next, I'd like a motion to accept the minutes for the Joint Internal Services and Health and Human Services Committee meeting for November 5th.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Thank you. Commissioner Romano and Grote made the motion, seconded it to approve the minutes for November 5th for the joint board meeting. Now we have public participation
We got a vote on
and,
that?
pardon?
Vote.
Oh, sorry. Thank you.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. Now we have public participation. This is the first opportunity for anyone in the public to speak on any item on the agenda. Agenda items only. Anyone from the public wish to speak? Last time, anyone from the public wish to speak? Agenda items only. Seeing no speakers, we'll close public participation and move into the Internal Services Committee Department recommendations, beginning with IT agreements for first quarter for NM Teller, Vertical ImageSoft, People-Driven Technology, Infocast, and Infrastructure Switches, and other people-driven technology support software, SH&I International DocuSign, for a total of, I don't have the total right in front of me. Anyway, I need a motion to send the full board.
Motion to send to full board.
Thank you. Commissioner Waino and Howard made the motion and seconded to send this item to full board.
Okay, good afternoon. I'm Sandy Wilson with the IT Department, Deputy Director. Jacob was out of office, so I'm filling in on his behalf. So for this item, it is $1,097,747.18. This is our first quarter maintenance for 2026. And as represented, there's 6 items for this year for renewal. Is there any questions?
Commissioner Kraft?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
Quick question on the, I believe it's the Zscaler secure internet access item. Is that something that we have been implementing over the last year or so? I vaguely remember, I feel like I vaguely remember this item coming before us, and I see a large quantity before us today. And so I'm kind of wondering, one, am I right that this was brought before us before? And two, how far along are we in that process of implementing that?
So this is the maintenance, so yeah, you are correct, there was an initial purchase earlier last year to implement it this year. This is the renewal of ongoing maintenance. And there's multiple facets to it, so right now it is, I'm gonna say about 50% implemented in the overall, but there's certain areas that are 100%. There's about 4 modules within the Zscaler.
Okay, thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Commissioner Sabatini?
Thank you. Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
So just to follow up with Commissioner Kraft, so I know we did this earlier in the year. I think it was in January to save some money. There was a rush to save some money on this specific item.
Correct.
Did we end up saving money?
We did go in with the initial proposal with the reduced cost, yes.
We did?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then all the licenses that we currently have for this are still valid? I know sometimes with these licensing, we have like thousands of on the quantity side with this. Is that every single device that we have for the county?
This is per person device or license, so it is for every individual. And yes, they're
Okay.
still valid.
So based on this, it's 2,854. That would be licenses or,
Yes, that would be correct. So that is for every individual employee.
okay. How often does that fluctuate, or do we like readjust that number as the year goes on? Like, how does that work?
They do a true up at the end of the year, so as we renew.
Okay.
But typically the 2,500 is pretty flexible and pretty standard around the county as far as new hires, people leaving, coming in and out.
Okay, great, thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Commissioner Goike.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you for coming. You know, I'm pretty ignorant when it comes to these things, so just to get the right understanding is that we're paying for licensing per person that's using that to these companies all the time to be online with what the software that they require for us.
Correct.
And this is nothing that we're buying and hard item. Everything that on this whole budget is just buying software stuff.
For this particular maintenance, it is all software.
That's what so I gotta, because I'm looking at Can-Am Teller, and it's like, okay, what's that for? And I'm very ignorant, but I want to, make sure, because we're, watching the people's money, and that's what I got to have an
Correct.
understanding with people when they ask me, so, thank
That
you.
is fair. You're welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you. The next item is a budget amendment for Information Technology Grant Fund 2023 State and Local Cybersecurity Grant Program for $555,637. I need a motion to move to full board.
Motion to move to full board.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm happy to report on this one. Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Commissioner Groton Wallace made the motion and supported it to move this to full board. Thank you.
Okay, I'm happy to report this is our first grant that IT specifically has been able to be awarded. So this is for cybersecurity. It was a 2023 grant with basically some holdup based on government, so we did get the award in 25. It will be utilized for 26 and 27 projects related to cybersecurity. It does need to be used over a 2-year span of the 555,000, so about 277,000 per year. It is again focused on cybersecurity, and it is the type of grant that has to be funded by the county and then reimbursed by the state after we've actually validated our spending.
Thank you. Commissioner Romano.
Thank you, Chair. Hi, Sandy.
Hi.
Sandy, if memory serves me right, I think we just gave a big chunk of money for cybersecurity when Jaco was here before. Does this money go back to us, or are you guys going to keep it?
No, well, this will go back to the county. Some of it because of the way it was awarded or requested in 23 and awarded in 25, we are able to use it towards some of our maintenance for anything that was implemented during that period. So we will be offsetting some maintenance costs with that for sure
So
versus
you
new
say there
projects.
will be some money returned to the county from when we originally gave you all that cybersecurity money?
Not
We didn't
reimbursed
know
from
the grant was coming
23,
through, though.
but it'll offset costs in 26 and 27.
26 and 27, you'll come before us again for more cybersecurity money.
Well, we will, but we'll come with less.
That's all I have, Chair. Thank you.
Certainly. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
That don't happen too often.
Yeah,
Motion passes 13-0.
Item 6C is also Information Technology, Macomb County Jail. The security electronics for the network replacement for $70,492.59. I need a motion to move to full board.
So moved.
Thank you. Commissioner Wayno and Howard made the motion and seconded to move this item to full board.
Okay, this is a request for $70,492.59. And this will refresh the switch equipment, which operates the jail doors and the intercom system. Was originally planned to be a project request for next year, a piece of a project request. We did the assessment a couple months back. We requested an assessment. This came out as these switches need to be replaced now. So for the 70,000, we'll get both the equipment and the installation, and that it will be removed from any future requests going forward next year.
Thank you. Commissioner Hall?
Thank you, Chair. I'm going to follow Commissioner Goike's lead. There's three people-driven technology. Could you please explain that?
So they're basically a reseller. So we don't buy specifically from, I'm going to go with like an Amazon analogy or an eBay. There's companies that have like gold suppliers, and that's what Trace 3 would be. We buy through them, and they get arranged discounts that they're able to offer down to their customers. So it's a proposal that we work with these vendors or these partnerships.
And what does it do?
So we get a guaranteed baseline price, like best negotiated at the federal level or government levels. So whatever they do, so we try to use these partners where we can, so we're not negotiating directly with them, and they negotiate on our behalf as they do for other agencies.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's all I have, Chair.
Thank you. Seeing no other speakers, please vote.
Motion passes 13 to 0.
Thank you. I'm now pleased to turn the gavel over to the Chair of the Health and Human Services Committee, Commissioner Lucido.
Thank you, Commissioner Van Sickle. I will open the Health and Human Service Committee meeting, starting with item 8, which is presentations. Can I get a motion to receive and file the presentation or the Martha T. Berry scheduled report?
Support Zinner.
Oh, man, that was a lot. All right, I have a motion by Goike, but I have support by Zinner because she was the loudest.
The youthful enthusiasm exuded by that motion was spectacular.
Everyone's so happy to
Commissioner
see you
Goike.
today. See that?
I'm happy to see you all, too. Thank you very much. And before I get into the presentation, I want to say thank you again for the difficult conversations that you had over the last several months in finding a way to help us. We are very excited about moving forward with some of the projects, especially in light of our current circumstance with the cut that we had from the state. So thank you very much on that. Our quick update, census right now, for the average right now is 95.8, but today we're at a little over 97%, we have 211. Our attorney calls us a unicorn because we're the only facility over 150 beds that also is over 90% in census. So we're excited about that. We still have 2 beds offline that we're still trying to rotate maintenance as we're able to, but there's such a need in the county right now, it's difficult to keep that maintenance going. You've seen us for a long time being at 2-star because of some issues that were happening with how things are labeled with the federal government. I knew that when we would get to a 4-star, it'd be real, it wouldn't be manufactured. I'm pleased to say we are at a 4-star right now, both overall and in our long stay quality measures. Our budget remains solid. We have a couple of challenges against that with the Medicaid audit that I did share with a few people, but I'll just let you know that we're working through an appeal where the Medicaid auditor is looking back and disallowing about $700,000, what they called inappropriate borrowing against us. When the bond was refunded, they said it was inappropriate to put that money against Martha T. Berry, which added principal or added debt to us. We're working on that right now on that appeal. We have another appeal on $300,000 on denial of payment. So those are things that, again, it happens from time to time in facilities, and we're working through it. We'll keep you apprised. We're at the end of the installation of our PTAC units. Those are those small units that you see in hotels. We have individual units in our facilities. All of our rooms now have them with the HEPA filters in them. And the cost was a little over $300,000, but we did get a grant for $250,000 from MPHI, Michigan Professional Health Institute. And they did pay that check this week, so we did get that in. Excited to say that I talked with Ben yesterday. We are going to be meeting with the consultant for the elevator We had already done a lot of work on, to prepare for the elevator in expectation that we would have to get the work done. We recognize fully that Ben needs to run that, but we have a lot of information for him he's very appreciative of in terms of specifications. One of the things that we know is our building as it relates to long-term care and some of the requirements that we have. So we're helping with the specs on that, and Ben's appreciative of that. We'll go through the bid process according to the county policy, and then we'll go from there. The rooftop units are going to be a little bit longer, even though we're going to be working on them concurrently. What we had planned without this money is just replacing as we were able to. That would have been extremely expensive without the funding of the grant money. But with the millage. With the millage, we'll be able to put in some of the recommendations from CDC, where we'll be able to put in some air scrubbing systems, ultraviolet stuff that helps kill a lot of the bacteria that causes some issues in long-term care, which is one of the big things. And you can't retrofit the ones that we have, and it wouldn't be worth it to try and retrofit those old ones. So we're excited about that. We're also excited about the savings we're going to have because the newer systems are so much more energy efficient. That'll be helpful too moving forward. We're still looking at, again, because it's a never-ending job. In 2000, when the expansion was put in, they had some poor quality plumbing that they put in, and they pitched it improperly. So we're having leaks issues on that, and we're looking at that probably over the next 4 years of repairing and replacing as we're able to. But that's going to be a pretty large project over a number of years. We have, with the county commissioner's help, thank you, Chair Sabatini, we made a connection with Congresswoman McLean's office. I am actually going over there tomorrow to talk about some potential ways that we can help with some of the infrastructure inside the county building. Right now, we've reviewed roughly 9 different grants that don't quite fit us. But we're hoping to be able to do some brainstorming and be creative about that. And so I'm going to Congresswoman McLean's office tomorrow to talk with her staff some more. And this is just another just beautiful note from one of our family members. And that is all I have for today's presentation. That was under 4.5 minutes, I believe.
That's very good, thank you. We do have a couple of questions. Commissioner Howard.
Hey, Kevin, how are you doing today?
Great, Commissioner.
I mean, it's been pretty consistent that you guys are about 20 points higher or percentage points higher in occupancy. How? And like, what's the substantial difference between you guys and the state, like the other average facilities?
That's a great question. It's a couple of things. The first was during COVID, when everybody were laying people off and shutting down wings. We used almost all of our money to keep people employed because we knew when people came back, they would need a place. I mean, residents would need a place. And what we found was that the people that literally closed wings in their facilities are having a hard time filling those because they have to get staff for those. And they don't have enough money to recruit and have a good benefits package. So they have a hard time filling their beds because they don't have enough staff. So they leave some of those beds closed. That's part of it. The second is, again, as we talked before, the county medical care facility is designed to be the safety net. And because we get a little bit more money in Medicaid side, we're able to invest. So during all that time, we invested in our staff. So we kept them there. We kept our benefits decent and our wages competitive. We're still not the most, the highest paying out there. And the hospitals actually just destroy us from an hourly standpoint. But what we do have is a good, solid group of people and the reputation in the community that our staff loves the residents of Macomb County. And that's the biggest thing that we have is just a profound, great staff that works hard. And the word's out that we care above all else. So.
How many staff do you guys have?
We have 329 on staff right now.
And so is there a wait list for patients to come into Martha T. Berry?
From time to time, yes. Yeah, we usually have 3 or 4. Usually it's because we have a female bed available, not a male bed available, or vice versa. as we, as we get full.
Okay. That's it. Thank you.
Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you. Along the wait list line, do you have a wait list for people to get a job with you?
Oh, I dream of that, Commissioner. We still have a huge
How many
staff.
openings do you have then?
We have about 20 still. The challenge is we used to have 320 was what our baseline was for number of employees, but at the time when I first got here, we had roughly 90% of our staff was full-time. Now only 60% of our staff is full-time, 40% are part-time. It had to do with the transition that happened during COVID. There were a lot of people that didn't want to work and realized they could work with less. And so the transition was pretty significant, where a lot of people said, I just don't want to work as much anymore. So they're working, 24 hours and saying, I can live with that. Or they're working 24 hours here, and then they're picking up when they want to on agency to fill in the time when they want to. But that's been a huge change for us.
So because you have those 20 openings, are some of your staff on overtime?
Yes. Mhm. Yeah, and we have agency still in the building, not as much as we used to. Well, actually, when I first got here, we had over $2.5 million a year in agency. We eliminated, prior to COVID, we eliminated agency in our building. And then COVID hit, and it turned us upside down like it did the rest of the nation. There was a huge migration out of long-term care of nurses. And I will tell you that just what happened today, another good point to make is the federal government just recognized that the staffing mandates that they put on nationwide, they're repealing those because they recognize that there's a profound shortage of RNs and LPNs across the country. So, and that's not going to go away anytime soon.
So you would have some budget savings if you were able to fill those 20 positions?
Yeah, we would. And it depends on the mix. When we fill them with agency, it's about equivalent to a full-time position, but we don't have the same care. They're not as committed or as well versed. Even though we educate them coming in, they still aren't the same as having our own, caring for our own. So we would have some savings if we were able to get them all. It is just it's very challenging to get that to get over the top on that.
So the point is, the monies for those 20 positions isn't just going unspent, it's being spent for agency personnel and overtime and
yeah,
stuff.
we're required to fill our schedule no matter what. So
Okay.
the residents need care, and we provide it through overtime and through some small incentives from time to time if we need to, because we want our own taking care of our own. But when those fail, then we do go to agency. We're actually doing something else with agency that includes what they call temp to hire, where if they like our place, we have an agreement with the temp agencies that they work for 13 weeks, and then we have the opportunity to hire them after that as full or part-time employees.
Thank you. And when you mentioned HEPA filters and the ultraviolet lights, I'm thinking your costs for that operation's going up, and then you mentioned that some of the new equipment is more energy efficient. Has anybody looked to see where your utility bills are going to go when you, including buying new HEPA filters, as you go down the road? Are you going to have increased costs? Because HEPA is pretty expensive, I thought.
Well, the costs have come down because the prevalence has increased significantly. There was a peak, especially during COVID, of HEPA filters where there was such a profound scarcity. But then production ramped up, and when you have production ramping up, and when supply lines normalize, then it brings the cost down for competition. So we'll see a slight increase over what we're doing right now. We're buying good filters right now, and HEPAs are a step above that, no question about that. But it won't be a profound, significant or profound cost, but it will be some increase. The savings on the utilities, that's a great question, because what happens is when we become more efficient in our building, it actually is part of the whole compound over there. So the jail, the morgue, the sheriff's department, and all of that works, and we get charged a dollar amount per square footage, right? So when we save money, we're putting all those LED lights in and things like that. It saves the county money overall, so we get a percentage of what the bill is. So I can't tell you specifically how much we'll save, but everybody saves when we put more efficient stuff in.
So your cost per square foot goes down, but it doesn't go down specifically because of your efficiencies. It goes the campus efficiency.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, Gotcha. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Commissioner Howard?
Sorry, I know you maybe not anticipating a bunch of questions around staffing, but forgive my ignorance. The nurses and stuff that works there, are they county employees or are they employees of Martha Teeter?
That's a great question. We actually settled that a few years back. They're employees of the Human Services Board. By rule, the Human Services Board runs the county health facility on behalf of this commission, and they are not county employees. At the same time, some of the benefits that they have are being managed through the county HR. For example, we have OPEB and pensions for many people, and some of that is still there. For those that are newer, we have moved to a MERS system, Michigan Employees Retirement Systems, Municipal Employees Retirement Systems, where they are being given a defined contribution rather than the pension, which is a defined benefit. The defined benefit stopped for them in 2016, just a couple of months before I started. Darn it. And but OPEB stopped, which is essentially lifetime health care, stopped in 2009 for all new employees after 2009. But that's all being managed, and that's where some of our challenges come from, our financing, and that's where that $700,000 came from. OPEB was refinanced without us knowing it, and they added debt to us. So, yeah.
Okay,
Good
thank
question,
you. I
good
had a
question.
follow-up question, but you already answered it, so
All right.
thank you.
Commissioner Goike?
Thank you. Defined contributions is going up by one if you're in the county program. We voted on that yesterday.
Oh, rub it in, Commissioner. Thank you very much.
You're gonna get it if you're in the county. You're getting an
We're not
extra
in the county. We have our own. So.
Oh, well, then
Yeah.
you're not getting it.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry.
Wah, 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 wah.
All right, I see no more.
Does that translate in AI to? I don't know if that does.
No.
Sad trombone.
I have seen no more speakers, so can we please vote?
Motion passes 13-0.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, thank you.
Thank you again, everyone. Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on to item 9, which is department recommendations. And we are going to start out with item A, a budget amendment of the Office of Senior Services, Congregate Meals Program. Ageways unit rate increase for meals served, $188,940. Can I get a motion to send to full board?
Support.
I have a motion by Commissioner Haw, supported by Commissioner Howard. And we have Sheila here. Hello, how are you today?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Good.
So what you have before you, as Commissioner Lucido mentioned, we received some additional funding for our congregate program through Ageways. It's sort of a little complicated in terms of they're giving us additional funding for 10/1/24 through 3/31/25. And then it's broken down again from 4/1/25 through 9/30/25.
Okay.
Any
Seeing
questions?
no question. Oh, Commissioner Van Sickle.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Sheila. Is that for increased count or for increased costs per meal?
It's
Or both?
increased costs per meal. Yep.
Okay, so we're not expanding to new people.
No, it's to cover the cost of the meals.
And do you have a wait list for the Meals on Wheels?
We do not. We try really hard not to have a wait list. We received a lot of additional funding through COVID, and now we're seeing that the funding is pretty stagnant and stable. So, at some point we may end up having a wait list, but we're trying to avoid that.
What was you mentioned additional funding during COVID. Was some of that banked for now and you're spending it now, or that increased it then, or?
It just increased during that time. So
Okay.
we're starting to see the repercussions of losing that extra funding. So
Okay.
we've had to cut out things like dinner meals. We've cut back on that, increased the requirements to get dinner meals, and really trying to prioritize those who really need the dinner meals. So it's been difficult.
So if this is an increase per meal or whatever, will that, is that like per person so that you can now do dinners for some, or what's going to happen with the extra money?
Essentially, yes, but so what we get from Ageways does not cover the entire amount of the meal. So we count on contributions from the participants as well as the general fund. So essentially, we're able to cover more of that meal, the cost per meal, with the additional funding.
Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Commissioner Howard.
Just to clarify, the difference in dollar amount, because it was 188 and now it's 138. That's an increase that they're covering and not an increase in the cost of the actual meal.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Commissioner Sabatini.
Thank you, Chair. Hi, Sheila. So just to clarify this, so the difference, I seen in-kind expenses or in-kind revenue. Is this
Yes.
something that we're contributing on the match side? To
Yes.
meet the difference?
Yes,
Okay, so you have that already in your budget to match.
correct.
Got it. And then any particular reason why their timeline on the rate changed?
I know, there's really no rhyme or reason. I wish I wish I had an answer for that. Ageways, at the end of the fiscal year, they review what they have left, and then they distribute those extra dollars in additional funding to all of their providers. So what formula they use to do that, I could probably get back to you on that and let you know,
No,
but
I was just curious if you knew.
Yeah,
So
it's-
that's
yeah.
fine. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Seeing no other speakers, can we please vote?
I put my name
Commissioner
in.
Zips on the list.
Okay, hold on. Sorry,
Sorry.
Commissioner, it didn't show up on mine.
Did you say that people are not getting the 3 meals a day or 2 meals a day regularly?
So
Not everybody?
we offer dinner meals to people who there's a need, or we identify that they request a dinner meal in addition to the lunch meal that we deliver. So we've had to cut back on the amount of dinner meals. Our goal is to make sure they at least get one meal. So the dinner meals are actually an additional meal that some individuals get if they meet the criteria to get those additional meals.
What percentage of people that are getting the lunch would like a dinner meal, but they can't get it? Haven't not been able to get it?
Currently, I would have to get back to you on the numbers of, that we've cut back on, yeah.
Thank you.
I could
Thank
let you know.
Chair. Thank you.
Right. Seeing no other speakers, can we please vote?
Motion passes 13 to 0.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we'll move on to item E, which is a budget amendment from Macomb Community Action, Home American Rescue Plan budget reduction in the amount of $568,600. Can I get a motion to recommend to full board?
So, support.
I have a motion by Wallace and support by Van Sickle. Hi, Ed, how are you?
I'm good. How are you all today?
Good.
Thank you guys for your time this afternoon. Apologies for this being a reduction instead of an increase. But this has to do with the Home American Rescue Plan funding. These are funds that come to us from HUD, funneled through County Planning Department. And when we built the budget for this year, we put the full performance amount for the next 5 years as revenue, so $6 million, which is inaccurate. So these are monies that we draw down through reimbursement. So because of that, and then also because of some administrative delays this year and the timing of us being able to access these funds, the actual amount of revenue as projected through the end of 2025 would be the $426,000. And so that's where you see that reduction. So this budget amendment is just to more correctly align the actual revenue and spending with real life that we'll see throughout this year. I hope that made sense.
Commissioner Zinner?
Thank you, Chair. Do you have an expectation where you're going to use that money, I imagine?
Yeah, absolutely. We, This money is available to us through 2030. And we are looking at, we're planning out for about 1.4 million per year between now and then to spend it down. And these dollars are to assist with housing. So homelessness prevention, rental assistance, dollars that could be used to help with move-in costs for people who qualify.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Chair.
Any other speakers? All right, seeing none, can we please vote?
Commissioner Perna, the system didn't receive your vote, if you'd like to voice vote. Thank you. Motion passes 13-0.
Thank you all for your time.
Thank you. All right, now we're going to move on to item 10, which is public participation. This is the opportunity for the public to participate for those who wish to speak for a maximum of 3 minutes on any issue. All right, seeing none, we'll close public participation. We'll move on to commissioner comments. Nobody? Okay. We'll
Motion
close-
to adjourn.
Can we please vote?